You can edit that later.
Hi, Ashley.
Terrible timing.
No, no worries, son. Sorry to be a pest. I just needed your aunt's name because I'm just recording a video for something, and I was going to explain it to you later. So you, no, not directly. We will eventually. I just need your aunt's name, his name, and obviously to talk to your aunt first and get to know him. Then, instead of writing a dry email, I would send him this video link so he can literally click on it, watch it for 2 minutes, hear from James and I, and then hopefully,
Hi,
um,
Ashley.
he, James is trying to scream hello. Hopefully, want to respond more instead of just reading an annoying email. All right. So Karen Farrelly, right? Oh man, thank God you called because Bill pronounced it Farley. 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 Okay, like Chris Farley. Oh, perfect. Karen Farley. Good old Aunt Karen, the Aunt Tina of your family. All right. See you, hon. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye. I'm contemplating putting phones on airplane mode in case we get a salad. I'm doing it right
I
now.
am putting on airplane mode.
I'm doing it right now. All right.
Okay.
I'm ready.
We're already going, so
Yeah.
whenever you want to start.
Hi, Gene. How you doing? My name is Matt Devine.
Yep, and I'm Matt's partner. I'm James Rector. I live in Denver, Colorado.
Gene, I'm in the Philadelphia area, and the reason we're reaching out to you is because my brother's girlfriend, Ashley. Oh, the reason I'm reaching out to you is my good friend Ashley. She told me her aunt, who's Karen Farley, who used to be in your employ, told me about what you've done for the past decade or so with Source for Teachers and your experience in recruiting. So we wanted to just reach out and tell you what we're doing. I guess we kind of want to transit. Should I lead into having?
Yeah, sure. Be like, hey, Gene, we recruit teachers for Asia. Ashley told me that you were a recruiter for a decade.
Did you freeze? Uh-oh.
Lose internet. You there? Okay, there we go. We're back.
Yeah, I got to be really fast. And how about if I? Yeah, I'm just saying, when would you come in? And who we are and who we're recruiting for. So I'll say hi, Gene. My
You
name's
could
Matt
just
Devine.
do your whole thing. You could do your whole thing, and I'll wait. I think I should say something immediately, just like I did.
I'll say as soon as I say, hi, Gene. How you doing? My name is Matt Devine. You can say I'm James Rector. Gene, the reason why I'm contacting you is because Karen Farley, one of your old employees, is a friend of the family. So I found out that you are the CFO of Source for Teachers. So I just want to reach out to you and tell you what we do, which is recruiting teachers for international schools.
I just want to reach out to you and tell you what we do. That's not what we're doing. We're reaching out to her for advice. Just get it out there. Boom. Hey, we want you. We want to have you as our mentor. We're looking for somebody in the field of recruitment that we can, throughout the year a few times have a conversation with about difficulties that we're having. And we're hoping that you might consider us. So let's tell you a little bit about ourselves.
Okay. Let me do the brief. I think that's totally fine. And I'd like to do an introduction, introduce myself, and say, hi, Gene. Just reaching out to you because I'm in international recruitment. I'm from the Delaware County area, and your old employee. I'm trying to find the best way to introduce. How do we know him? How are we reaching out? Well, Karen will have already said, hey, there's these guys want to reach out to you.
Yeah.
So he's expecting this. So we got to actually think about that. He's expecting this, so we don't need to do all this shit. Just say, Hey, Gene. Yeah, it's Matt Devine, and this is my business partner.
Yep, James Rector in Denver.
I'll say this is my business partner, James from Denver. You know, Gene, we're just reaching out because we're looking forward to gaining some mentors this year, and you're the first person we thought of because we heard you own the teaching sourcing business, Source for Teachers. So we thought it might kind of align with what we're doing, but of course we do it on an international scale. So not sure if you've had anybody that you mentored before, but we'd like to tell you a little about why we're reaching out to you and what we do. James, you want to take it away?
Which you got to leave me with something to talk. Why we're reaching out to you? What do we do?
So listen,
if you want me to, I'll just bust this out in like 60 seconds, literally. But if you want to make it more structured and think about it more and have a more formal conversation, tell me. Otherwise, I'm just going to start talking. I'll just give him all the background information he needs as short as possible.
That's kind of why I got thrown off, because you're like, hey, talk to him about why we're contacting him. So that's literally running through all three things. Explain who we are, what we admire about them.
I mean, the part that you don't have up here in these notes is just the intro. You just got to introduce yourself. That's it. And obviously, we got to say, we're contacting you because we're hoping to get some mentorship throughout the year.
I want to give him some background about us and let him know that we've taught overseas and have.
I mean, that's in the notes.
Yeah. So let me follow. Are you okay with this structure?
Sure, but there's no introduction there. So the intro needs to be just off the cuff. It just needs to
explain who we are and why we're recruiting for international positions. Isn't that an introduction? Who we are?
The introduction is your name, my name, what we're looking for, and then boom. Right? That's what I think an introduction is like. Just like an email. Like, what the hell do you want from me? Get it out there. Right?
Yeah. You're saying basically while we're contacting them, just, instead of fluffing it up, just get right to it.
Right?
Yeah. All right. So. All right. So if I say who we are, I'll introduce you. So we can just go right through who we are. We're an international teacher placement agency, and we are looking for mentorship this year. And James can tell you a little bit about our background and about what we're doing this year. And
okay.
Kind of just jump in, and then you'll finish it. You'll finish it, honestly. This might be a minute and a half. Who knows? We'll see.
All right, so you intro. I'm going to say my name during the intro, but you're going to intro. Then I'm going to take over number one. I'm going to explain all of that, but you're going to explain the second goal, just like we do. Like the Better Teachers thing. Your story about about not being able to have a job. I assume you wanted to talk about that, and then what we admire about them.
Actually, no, I don't feel the need to talk about that. We can talk about that later at another time. Okay. I feel like that would be flowery, actually. Like, yeah.
Okay. And then you do number two, and then so what we admire about them, why we're contacting them. You don't. By the way, you don't have to forcefully segue. You often do that. You're like, and now James is going to tell you about blah. It sounds too formal. It sounds like a scripted speech. We don't need it.
I just feel like I was going to do that because I'm waiting for you to jump in, but of course we haven't practiced this. So I would like to get this down again. So one intro, Matt intro. I know you got to go soon.
Sorry, I'm losing you again.
So Matt intro about us and how we got started. I think that's great. We met in Korea. We have a passion for education and teaching. Bam, we started recruiting. All right. Two is, what do you want me to say? What we admire about them? Should we talk about mentorship first? I feel like you want to talk about that first. I think that would be good. Why doesn't James right away talk about mentorship? What we want. And then our missions. Do you want to talk about the missions? And then that's it, right?
Okay, so you're changing this up. So you want to do missions third, and then and then talk about mentorship. Sure.
So if I say Hi, Gene. Hi, Gene. My name is Matt Devine, and this is my business partner, James Rector. The reason we're reaching out to you is because Karen Farley, a close friend of a friend of the family, um, mentioned that you're the CFO of Source for Teachers, and we are actually international teacher recruiters. So we actually got started in Korea. James and I met. And we'll tell you a little bit about why we're creating this video with this awesome background and why we're reaching out to you.
Yeah. Hi, Gene. My name is James. I live in Denver, Colorado. Matt lives in Philadelphia. We both used to live in Seoul. We met over there on a baseball team. And there's basically two things that we're trying to accomplish with our business, two missions that we have. And one of them is transparency. And we use a lot of technological expertise on our website, specifically video technology, in order to let teachers and schools really get to know each other in the recruitment process before they even interview with each other. Everybody has a smartphone, so it's very easy to take videos these days, and therefore, as you probably know, a big part of the recruitment process is, a big kind of finesse part of the process is matching personalities, and that's what we want to do with transparency, to allow that to happen naturally. The second thing is just better teachers. We're working with a lot of colleges here in America. Matt, in the schools in his area of the United States, and me, the schools in Colorado, we're going to these teachers' colleges, giving presentations, getting certified teachers, good teachers, interested in teaching abroad, and that somebody now who can provide a little bit of advice about recruitment. We've tried to do a board of advisors before. Various people who we thought and who we know are very smart and intelligent, and they have their own industry, but they're just not in recruitment. They're not doing what we do, and therefore the board of advisors was kind of a failure. It was a good attempt, it was a good experiment, but we're really looking to reach out to somebody who has experience in recruiting.
But of course, we're not looking for mentors that are obviously competition, because we wouldn't want to turn you off. But we think this aligns pretty well, and because I know someone quite well who worked for you for a while, so I trust, and then I really admire the success that you guys had since 2001 with sourcing substitute teachers in the Jersey and tri-state area. So
yeah,
I think it would be fantastic if we could. See, I feel like we're just talking a lot, man. We're really talking a lot.
No, dude, everything I said establishes, when you talk about we have 11 years of combined experience, that sort of thing is fluffy. But when you say we're going to 30 teacher colleges, Philadelphia, Colorado, we're going to these places, that's real. That puts something in his mind saying, like, oh, these guys got skin in the game, as the LVP guys would say it. Like, they're doing it. They're in the game.
Yeah.
And then if we kind of relate to him saying, you know what, we've heard a lot from our schools about the idea of getting substitute teachers. So when your company came up in the mentorship, when we started thinking about potentially reaching out to you as a mentor, we got real excited because we had always thought about doing a substitute teacher, contacting subs in America about teaching abroad.
I just don't want him to think that that's an ulterior motive, so I'd be careful there, because that might really turn him off, actually. So just be careful about it, even though it'd be fun to kind of talk about it. You'd be like, are these guys trying to take my subs? You know what I mean? We don't want that thought to come across. But
well, as you know, we can't do this video right now. Can't do it. Don't have time. So
yeah.
gotta stop it.
Rushed. But of course, we want it to be good. If it's any consolation, it's freezing a little bit. It keeps freezing your face.
I know. So I'm going to turn on my phone and do a Google Hangout from here.
But let me ask you, you need to go soon. I know you need to go.
Yeah, we can't do this talk. We're done. We've got no time.
Yeah.
You,
oh, you're having the presentation right now, aren't you?
Yeah. Man.
Dude, are you sure, man? I think you might need my help here. See, you got to move fast too. You only have about 7 minutes, so.
How do I? Okay, so I need to leave. I gotta go. Bye.
Are you sure?
I'll message you if I need you. Thanks.
All right.